morning, everybody. I hope you're well. The poem that I have for you today is continuing along the line with Cam and sort of his entering the world. So, this poem is entitled Not All Lifelines Are Found on Your Hands, or An Ode to My C-Section Scar. I think probably the title of it is pretty self-explanatory, but I think there's a lot of value and importance to writing about your literal body, if it's something that you're comfortable doing. And I think it's particularly important for women to write, women and female identifying folks to write about their bodies, because quite honestly, I don't think there's nearly enough of it out in the poetry world. I read submissions for a literary magazine, and I really find it refreshing when people write candidly about and honestly and beautifully about their bodies, but particularly when women do, because I feel like it's sort of a reclamation of sorts, because the female body is so complicated and sort of politicized and fetishized, and just there's a lot. And so I think if you are inclined to write about your body, you should. And I think definitely if you are, female or female identifying, you should as well. So this is my poem. Not all lifelines are found on your hands, or an ode to my C-section scar. Your slim white lips open over my pubic bone. Still, I don't feel you stretch your mouth wide in welcome, but my husband says you spilt over with my blue-black blood, a mouthful of cherries or raspberries staining my skin. You are stitched silent after a quick expulsion of a tiny body who, instead of dropping down, reached up, and still I don't feel you for nearly a week. You are painless, then pain, full-bodied, prickly, clawing at the stitches from the inside out. Raw red flesh pulls every time I stand, sit, or bend to care for this little body you spit out. At night, lying in bed, I run my fingers over your raised flesh and wonder that a wound so small could birth this being breathing beside me. And I imagine this rise and fall of my stitched skin mimics the rise and fall of our shared heartbeat, a lifeline penetrating past skin deep into bone. So that's my poem. Not all lifelines are found on your hands, or an ode to my C-section scar. The body is kind of a wondrous thing. And honestly, I, have a complicated relationship with mine, as do most folks, I'm sure, with their own bodies. But in this particular instance, and in this particular context, I feel very grateful for mine. And it is in the frame of carrying and birthing another being. It's kind of amazing what the body will withstand physically. I mean, philosophically, spiritually, whatever. There's a lot to be said about that as well. But just on a baseline of what you can do to yourself, and how forgiving your body can be, and how we often don't give it very much grace, which is, I know something that I probably could do more of, and also would like to continue to sort of write about and think about in my own work. So I hope you all are having a good day, and I'll speak to you soon.